Year 2 breakouts.
Yeah.
Let's do it. What do you got here?
There was a video yesterday from Kansas City Chiefs training camp, and it was like a one-on-one rep of offensive linemen and defensive linemen, but in the background was Sky Moore wrecking some guy on a release. I'm like, see, that's why he should have been good last year. That's why I was buying in to Sky Moore being able to hit the ground running at the NFL level and play outside because of releases like that. So now it's this year. This year it's going to happen. Look, there was something, I don't know why, it didn't happen last year. There was some, he wasn't necessarily on the same page as Mahomes all the time. Now he's had a year to get on the same page. Now we're going to see Sky Moore break out. And by the way, Juju's left now, so he can't take all his targets. Now it's Sky Moore's season.
Kadarius Toney just had a little
Kadarius Toney's always going to have a knee injury. He's not going to be the superstar people think he's going to be.
What do you think, Doctor?
What's a
little cartilage cleanup in late July? What's that look like?
Not much. Just a couple of weeks. But the point is, you're going to get the next one of those. Like, he's always going to have one of those. He's one of these guys, right? Every 3 weeks, you're going to have some form of knee problem.
We're early. I feel like I could use a little cartilage cleanup for the knee to get ready for the season.
Probably.
Could probably use a little. If they scope, is it still a knee scope?
Yeah.
Yeah. Use a little scope here, a little cleanup.
Get it tidied up. Yeah. I mean, look, the amount of force that's getting put through your knees on a regular basis, there's got to be something wrong with them.
It's not good. I've got, I don't know. My whole body's falling apart. I've got fat knees now. Came to that realization. I'm a fat knee person. Like something's got to change here. You'll see. You've only been 41 for 2 days, but you'll see.
I don't have enough weight on me, and I'm putting it on, but I don't have enough on me to create fat knees.
You'll notice
there's not enough force being put through my knees on a step-by-step basis.
You'll notice other things. I'm just going to list a lot of the breakouts we had from the other show. Isaiah Likely.
Well, that's good content.
Like, who were the year 2 breakouts?
Well, okay.
I got some other ones.
I had Sky Moore. That's my number one.
Oh, you give all yours. Yeah.
I saw the video, therefore it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I've decided that within the Saints offense, the guy that's going to see the jump is not Chris Olave. It's Rasheed Shaheed.
Ooh.
And not just because his name's more fun to say. But so if Michael Thomas comes back and is anything this year, and who the hell knows if that's actually going to be a thing.
Full go at camp.
Right. We talked to our guy Vic, the medical expert, and he's worried about, Michael Thomas and expecting anything from him. But if he creates any form of presence in that offense over the season, I don't see where the targets go to get Chris Olave a bigger season than he had last year. But I can see an increased role for Shaheed, which was already happening once they realized what they had in him last year. Like, his workload scaled up over the course of the season. I can absolutely believe them going into this season going, all right, this is the role for Michael Thomas, this is the role for Chris Olave. Now let's make sure we're getting enough out of Shaheed, and he's the guy whose production is going to get inflated.
Shaheed was an awesome deep threat last year for the Saints with Andy Dalton under center. The Derek Carr stories that we've been telling over the last couple of years was they drafted Henry Ruggs, tried to get him throwing the ball down the field. Ruggs' first season, it was actually Zay Jones it was Nelson Aguilar who became the deep threat for Carr and the Raiders, and then Ruggs kind of took over before his horrible incident. But Carr certainly works better with that one, take the top off the defense type of guy that you're featuring. So that could certainly work out well.
Right. Number 3 for me, Bernard Ryman, the offensive tackle for the Colts.
Nice.
He played pretty well last year. Had one of the worst debuts I've ever seen from anybody at any position. And then almost immediately kind of got it back on track. And it kind of flew under the radar because the line itself didn't necessarily improve. But I think given what Ryman showed and given how young he still is to playing football, I think you can actually expect him to be good this year as a left tackle. So I'm kind of excited by him. Trent McDuffie as the corner. We're going to focus on, all the other young guys, whether it's Tariq Woolen taking the step forward to join Sauce Gardner as one of the best, whether it's Derek Stingley. McDuffie's season was another one I think that flew under the radar because he got hurt early, missed a lot of time, got concussed, missed some more time. But from day one, they were actually giving him pretty difficult assignments, out on his own, on an island in man coverage. He played pretty well over the course of it, had his run through to the Super Bowl. I think in year 2, he could be a guy that actually shows you that he belonged in that discussion with Sauce and with Stingley at the top of that draft. And then the 5th guy, the most obvious one for me, Nakobe Dean. TJ Edwards out, Nakobe Dean in. No drop off we're going to see Nakobe Dean.
He's going to be there. He's going to be playing football.
Yes.
So that's those are good breakout candidates. I don't know how much crossover there was with our list from previous shows, but people don't listen to every single show we have, so it's okay.
Okay.
You're allowed to repeat yourself. So those are your year 2 breakouts.
Yeah.
All right. So I've got offensive side of the ball, Isaiah Likely. Mm-hmm. That's sometimes sometimes the training camp buzz hits year 2.
Even though they're going to be pivoting towards more wide receivers, fewer tight ends in that offense under Monken.
I don't know that they're definitely going to, but Likely's he's like a big receiver, So I think there'll be a role for Isaiah Likely. Rashad White of the Bucs at running back. I think they're going to make him their workhorse there. The thing working against Rashad White is I don't trust the offensive line that much. But I think White...
Or the offense generally.
Or the offense generally. But I think White is going to have... I think they're going to run the ball, volume-wise, a lot more than they did last year because it's going to be Kyle Trask or Baker Mayfield under center. But Rashad White, I'm trusting the talent.
Okay.
Talented running back. So all of these kind of contradict themselves because I don't know if the opportunity, I don't know if it's the right environment for a breakout, but I'm trusting the talent. Greg Dulcich, tight end for the Broncos. I don't know if you ever want to predict a tight end breakout for a Russell Wilson offense. It's not his cup of tea necessarily, but Dulcich is great.
Did Sean Payton connect his name to Taysom Hill, or was that other people connecting the dots of Payton said some nice things about Dulcich, he's going to be his Sean Payton? Because if...
His Taysom Hill?
Yeah, sorry, his Taysom Hill. Because if Payton himself linked Dulcich to Taysom Hill, there will be opportunity.
You buy in.
Right. There will be opportunity.
He'll have his contract ripped up and restructured.
There will be vastly more opportunity than he deserves. But if it was other people connecting those dots, then not necessarily.
Red zone quarterback, Greg Dulcich.
Yeah.
Defensive side of the ball, I just listed, let's say 3 names. Marcus Jones for the Patriots. Mm-hmm. We saw him as an explosive offensive playmaker, but he'll go back to playing slot corner and being awesome once he's given the opportunity this year for the Patriots. Jordan Davis for the Eagles. We only saw him for the 270 snaps or whatever it was last year. He was hurt for some of it and got beat up while he was hurt, but I think if he's healthy, Jordan Davis, Eagles, big 340-pound nose tackle, will be good. And his former teammate, Devontae Wyatt. 2 guys who just played not a ton of snaps, first-rounders, Georgia.
Wyatt's a good one.
They'll get their year 2 opportunity. And both guys graded pretty well, graded in the green as far as their first season, get to 400, 500 snaps for Davis, get to maybe 600, 700 snaps for Wyatt. Those guys will be good.
Wyatt will be a fun one to watch because he basically didn't get given much of an opportunity last year at all.